Hey everyone, it's Mosh, and before you get into the video today, I was just wanting to let you know about my coffee. Coffee is a way for you to support the channel, support me in future endeavors, but also, with this particular video, there's going to be a very exclusive, spicy version of the thumbnail you are currently looking at, available for anybody who is a member. So, on top of that, you also, as a member, gain access to be able to join the Discord. The Discord is where we occasionally have some fun game nights, as well as let people know about early releases. So, yeah. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you take a look at the coffee. Also, it's Halloween. Ooh. Hey there, you. So, you're coming in to get your hair cut, right? Okay, so how did you learn about me exactly? Oh, yeah, I know him. I've worked with him a few times. Okay, cool. You definitely have some long hair. I can understand why you want to get it cut. You know, it's been a while since I've had someone in my chair. Don't get much business down here. Yeah. It's definitely been a while. Probably a few years. I'm kind of out of the practice. Oh, just, you know, in-home care. I think that's what they call it. Yeah, business hasn't exactly been booming. Yeah, but I just love hair and taking care of someone. There's something very sweet about taking the time out to cut somebody's hair. You always think about what the journey was that made their hair so long, how much time has passed. You know, hair has story. Yeah, I used to do this more often, but not exactly anymore. But it really is a pleasure to get to feel your hair texture. It's very nice hair. Very nice. You have very thick hair. Very, very thick hair. You know, theirs was almost as thick as this too. What do I mean was? It's a really strange question. You seem very silly. I get why that business colleague of mine sent you my way. So, tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give your hair a little bit of a brush. And then, after that, I'll take and I'll trim it for you. You know, get you in tip-top shape. And then we'll go from there. So, I'm gonna go ahead and brush your hair a little bit. Sorry if you can hear me all up in your ears. I'm gonna have to be a little bit close just to make sure you don't move too much. But also, you know, we don't want you to move too much because if you do, it'll hurt your head, you know? I'm not brushing super rough, but I do have to get through some of the tangles in your hair. How long did it take you to grow all this hair out? Oh, wow. It's an awfully long time. So, you heard about me from an old colleague of mine. Was he the one who gave you my address too? Because he didn't call ahead for you, you know? Which normally, you know, clients that person sends to me, normally he gives me a little bit of a heads up. Not that you're a burden at all, by any means. I'm just curious, you know? Normally, he's pretty thorough, you know? We've worked together for a while, so he kind of knows the way I like things, and I'm very particular. And also, after, you know, so long of going without having business, normally he, you know, I don't know, it's just strange. But you seem so nice, you seem really sweet. So, tell me about you. Where are you from? Oh, that's crazy. That's really wild. Yeah, I've heard of there. Oh, I think, you know, I think maybe someone who mattered to me a while ago lived there. That's crazy. That's really convenient. Oh no, you wouldn't have known him. Anyway, you've got some knots in your hair. You should brush your hair more often. Okay. You know what? I think we're at a good stage where I think we should just go ahead and get some of these dead ends out of your hair, you know? Dead ends aren't really good for anything. Or split ends, I guess. Split ends is a less weird name to call them. Yeah, no. They're good things to leave behind, you know? Sometimes you hate to leave things behind in life, you know? But I don't have to tell you that. I'm sure you've been through your fair share. So, before we get into cutting your hair, just wanted to ask, how's he looking lately? Oh, my old colleague, the one who gave you the information. How is he looking nowadays? It's been a while since I've seen him last. Oh, wow. That sounds about like him. You know my favorite detail about him? Yeah, man, his hair color is just really impressive. It's that certain shade that you just can't replicate in a bottle. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Some hair colors are just like that. But yeah, no, I love his like shade of red that he has. It's crazy. It's vibrant. See, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Isn't it really neat looking? Do I look like what he told you I would look like? Wow, that's pretty right on the money, huh? It's a good thing I never change my appearance, you know? Makes it easy for people who need me to find me. That's for sure. Anyway. Alright. Sorry to come across like I'm interrogating you. I don't mean for it to come across like that at all. If anything, I'm just really curious about you. I don't very often get visitors, and so I really like to learn everything I can about a person. I find it helps me cut their hair. You learn a lot about a person. So, what style are we going for? Is it just a trim? Sounds great. Just a trim. We're not going to do anything too crazy. See, one of my favorite reasons to go get haircuts is just because I want someone to mess around with my hair. You know, I find it relaxing. There's something, like, really vulnerable about entrusting yourself to another person, be it getting your hair cut or whatever. It's this just trust that someone will take care of you and, you know you almost better than you know you sometimes. You know what I mean? Anyway, time to get into my tools. Let's see here. We've already combed you out. So I think maybe we're just going to take some shears to you, trim off your ends, and then maybe, do you want a little bit of layering? Yeah, we can do that. I have some thinning shears, so we'll take and get some of that bulk out of the thickness of your hair. I know sometimes it's hard with something weighing you down. Can make everyday parts of life hard to have something so heavy on your shoulders. Anyway. I just love the way the scissors sound. There's something about the scrape of the metal that they have that makes this really like pleasant sort of sound. I can't really describe it. So, all right, let's go ahead and get some of these ends off of you. Yeah, they're crazy sharp, aren't they? Like, in that span of that moment, literally took like a whole inch off your hair. We're probably going to take 2 inches because you have quite a bit of dead ends, it looks like. Maybe you used to bleach your hair. Maybe you've just been through some stressors in your life, some trauma or something. A lot of the times, random fact, your hair reacts to you as a person, to the emotions you've been through, to the stressors in your life. So if you've been through tough times, you'll get like different shades in your hair, and we as hairstylists can really notice. And since I have my past in home care, I can really always kind of get a decent read on a person. Anyway. Awesome. Your hair is already looking so much healthier. Your hair was definitely not happy. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of focusing one side. Just going around the perimeter of your head. So I think we're almost done. On your left-hand side. Oop. Okay. Now we're going to go to your right side. Kind of focus this side, and then we'll do the back. There we go. So, when did you last see my colleague? Oh, that's pretty recent. So, how did you... There's a question that's still kind of bothering me a tiny bit. No worries. You don't have to readjust yourself to look at me or anything. The question I have that's bothering me is, how did you learn where he is? Like, who connected you to him? Oh. Connections through the town you mentioned earlier. I see. That makes sense. He's definitely been there before, but it's been a very, very long time. And let me see here. It's kind of crazy to me because I don't remember him having friends there, especially not, anyone who's familiar with that name. See, now, the crazy thing is I just know that's not true, but you must have your reasons for not telling me, I'm assuming you just have things going on in your life. And maybe that's why you're keeping secrets. I'm not very fond of, cutting the hair of people I don't feel like I can trust all that much. that's okay. You know, up until not too long ago, the wonderful gentleman that told you where I am, as far as I was aware, was a blonde. But you know, that's crazy because we just talked about him having red hair, didn't we? But then again, what do I know? I definitely haven't seen him in months. Now, why are you so quiet? There's no reason to be quiet with me. I do have to ask, though, since we're on the topic. Ooh, let me go ahead and grab my thinning shears. Actually, let me give you a brush hound. Ooh, it's a little knotted out. Sorry to have to yank on you so hard. But, yeah, that's crazy because no one from your area knew of that colleague of mine with the name that you used. Because we moved away quite a few years ago. And, I guess he just didn't want to be found. So he changed his name. So if you're from the town, but you're calling him his current name, that's awfully weird. Oop, there's one really long bit back here. Because anybody who knew him back then definitely wouldn't know his new name because he didn't keep in contact with anybody from that town. He was pretty thorough. So, you know what? Let me grab my thinning shears. We'll thin out your hair and then maybe we'll have our final little conversation and then I'll just... Whoop. Don't know what that was, but that sounded awfully sharp. Anyway, let me thin out your hair some. Wow, that took out so much of your hair. I bet it feels just so much lighter. sometimes maybe we just need to let go of old people from our lives. You know, maybe sometimes when people disappear, it's because they want to. Sometimes people just want to stay gone, and you know, it's not your fault. But I don't think he really wants to be hanging out with anybody. I think he's paving his own path, you know. Really, you know, digging into his studies and, you know, pursuing things in their life. But yeah, I'm very curious how you knew that name for them. I really would like to know that. And I'd also really like to know how you found me and my name. Because I was very thorough. I'm always very thorough. You know, I really, I don't believe you. But who am I to say when someone's lying or not, you know? Even though I'm pretty sure you're lying to me. But there must be a good reason. Taking a lot of bulk out of your hair. There's just so much stuff going on up here. It's probably all those thoughts you have going around, huh? So when are you gonna just say it? How did you find me? See? Wow. All this time, huh? You must have some intense feelings then. Those are fair words to say, I suppose. I merely took care of what was mine. And I made choices for what was mine. And I protected what was mine. I'm sure you would have done the same. You will do the same, you say. So tell me, what do you hope to get out of this? Well, truthfully speaking, you can't have that. Well, truthfully speaking, they just kind of dug themselves in a hole, you know? There just wasn't anything I could do. You know, some people just lay where they lie. And some people lay in the ground. You know? Even when you love something, you have to understand when they're hurting themselves. You know? They were they were just suffering. And so I thought, what is love but to mend one's suffering, you know? Someone can't speak every day about their past and their regrets and their old life. If they can't, I guess. There's no point in having come this far. You're not going to be able to do what you need to do. And there's no point. They're gone. It's been a long time now. They initially were in my basement, and I shielded them and protected them from harm. And I was thorough. I am always thorough. So, there's two options you have. You know, we've lived the way we have. You got my information in whatever methods you did, and you still feel very strongly. I understand that, you know, you cared about something very differently than I did, but you're fighting for it. So, you can either stay here and continue to fight for it, and who knows where we'll all end up. Or you can forget about being here and forget about this wonderful haircut I've given you. You look fabulous, by the way. And you can forget about this and live your life and move on. The choice is up to you.